Come check out great deals on Cyberfrog and All Caps Comics merch on our eBay store. We ship within 12 hours. Come see us. You should come see us, if only to escape the craziness of the mainstream comic book industry. I do not understand Mark Waid. I want to understand him. I feel like I used to know him when I worked with him in the mainstream comic book industry. Nice enough to say, we were friendly enough to say, hey, how you doing, and have conversations. I don't know who this person is, and this latest thing is absolutely insane. I'm going to need you guys, okay? I'm going to need you to look at this video and tell me what you think, if only just to help me understand it. I feel lost. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm your friend, Ethan Van Sciver. I've been in the business for 30 years. I feel every moment of those 30 years. I really do. Especially when we look at the way the comic book industry is right now. If you're enjoying my content, enjoying these videos, do me a favor, hit thumbs up, share the video possibly. Most importantly, if you'd please consider subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. And then ring the bell for notifications so you never miss a video. We do lots of live streams. We have a good time. Want you to join us. Okay, on with the ordeal here. We got Mark Waid just recently. Just came off this whole big problem where he kind of came out and said, I'd rather the comic book industry burn than to work with the alt-right. When he said alt-right, you might say, yeah, I don't want to work with the alt-right. What are the alt-right? They sound scary. He just means people who disagree with him. And he was referring, in fact, to Mark Millar, which is strange. Mark Millar he's not the alt-right, okay? Under no circumstances, he's a liberal. It's very strange. Mark has, like, this idea of, like, ComicsGate, alt-right, like goblins, like, you know, gremlins in his brain. It's peculiar. Anyway, that was embarrassing for him because that got spread all over the place and he was widely criticized. He did leave a kind of mysterious and sort of sad comment, I think on Blue Sky, that somebody showed me, where he said essentially that, in a more poetic way, he said his fight or flight responses were a little screwed up, and sometimes he doesn't know whether to burn things down or to, I can't remember what it was exactly that he said, but it sounded like he was feeling introspective about that moment. And then this happens. This is craziness. This is Facebook. Oh wait, let me start with this one. This is the correct post to share. To start with, Facebook, Mark Waid. He says, earlier today, I posted a link to a GoFundMe supporting a woman long suffering from endometriosis and in dire need of surgery. Oh, that's nice. If you missed it, I'm relinking it below. Oh, great. So here's a post where Mark sharing GoFundMes. I like this. I like to support people who are using crowdfunding to do anything. If I can, share a link, it doesn't cost me anything. And I think it's good to, for those of us with large platforms, to spread the word. I could have limited comments and viewings to friends, but I thought it was important to circulate the message as widely, widely as possible. It took the ComicsGate and alt-right trolls less than an hour to try to overrun the comments section with now deleted hate about totally unrelated grievances. Why did you delete them? First of all, press X to doubt. I know ComicsGate. I don't know what he's talking about with the alt-right. Those might be, again, I think they live under his bed. But my ComicsGate friends feel like family to me. They're the nicest people in the world. They would promote, whenever somebody who hates us as much as Mark Waid gets involved in a charity endeavor that comic skaters feel strongly about, or gets to their heart, they always ask me, like, can we support this? Should we promote this? Should we help? Maybe we could help prove that we're good people. That's so sad. It's so sad that they feel like they need to prove to utter slime balls like Mark Waid that they're good people. Comic skaters, every single one of you are better people than Mark Waid and all these other people in the comic book industry who hate you so bitterly. Every single one of you has a much bigger heart, a much larger capacity to love, give love, and to make the world a better place than this guy does. And it's not necessarily Mark Waid's fault. I feel like I should say, out of compassion, there's something wrong here. It's pretty clear. So anyway, he says that we overran ComicsGate. I'm going to say we, even though I don't know what he's talking about. Overran his comments section of a GoFundMe about a sick woman with hate about totally unrelated grievances. Now, were that to be true, screenshotting some of those instead of deleting them would really kick the ass of your enemies. Like, you'd say, look at what these people are saying about a sick woman. Instead, he deletes them and says, trust me, bro. I point this out to remind you, again, look, this is about a woman who's sick, how truly bottomlessly awful these people are. If you think normal comics folks overreact to their tantrums, I will ask you to consider how sick and twisted and pathetic someone has to be to troll a post not about comics, not about politics, not even about me in any way, but about a desperate woman in constant pain from endometriosis who wants nothing more than to not suffer every day. What kind of grotesque, sad soul would pour hate into that thread, not for 1 second considering how hurtful it might be to this woman and her family, who I know will be following that post and its comments. I mean, this is like that song from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Like, it's almost poetic and it's just sheer hatred. When that song comes on the radio now, I'm kind of like, what does this have to do with Christmas? Like, if you're watching it in the context of the movie How the Grinch Stole Christmas, you're like, oh, I get it. But it's like, when it just comes on the radio, it's just some a-hole hating on some dude with all of his might. I mean, it's like, why is this about... It's hatred. It's pure, you're a monster, Mr. Grinch. I'd really like to kill you. Like, it really sounds awful on the radio. That's what Mark Waid is doing here, and I don't really get it. Especially not in this context. He goes on, and this is the other part 2 of this tirade. These are the same professional victims, he says, who say the most despicable things imaginable and then scream bloody murder because liberals and SJWs aren't willing to see things their way and to give them a hug. They are a cancer on the industry. Mark, are you sure you want to use the word cancer in a GoFundMe about a sick woman you're trying to raise funds for? I want my tombstone to raid ComicsGate. Are you sure you want to be talking about tombstones in a Facebook post asking for funding for a sick woman? Down below, this is a picture of the woman. I think her daughter. I'm gonna avoid showing that because I just don't think that's appropriate here. We're talking about Mark Waid's inability to stick to one single topic when the topic is actually trying to make some good in the world. It's bizarre. You want your tombstone to read ComicsGate, Mark? Listen, pal. For what it's worth. If you put my trademark on your tombstone, I will DMCA your corpse, and I will copyright strike your headstone. I will have it taken out of the cemetery, and I'll leave it bare. Nobody will know where you are. You may not put that on your tombstone. This is terrible and awful, and I don't know what to say, but all I can really say is I hope he's okay. Somebody like me who's cheerful, who goes through life with a song in my heart and a smile on my face and a whistle on my lips. I look at this and I don't get it. Rarely have I been prompted to this kind of seething anger, and usually when it has happened, it's because something terrible has been done to me. I will show you at that point what terrible thing has been done to me. What has been done to Mark Waid here? Why did he delete these tweets? Very peculiar. I don't understand it, and I think he's lying. But it's up to you. You let me know. I asked for your advice. I want to know what you guys think of this. Let me know in the comments below. And Mark, is anybody checking on him? Is he okay? I don't know. Here's an ad for Cyberfrog 2, Wrecked Planet. Thank you.
My name is Heather Swain. Philadelphia has always been my home. Life was good until it happened. I'm friends with a cybernetic enhanced human-like frog created to save Earth. Nobody appreciated or understood him, but I did. We were good friends who enjoyed hanging out with a bucket from the chicken fry. Just me, Cyberfrog, and his very large brother, Salamandroid. Until the invasion hit. They rained from the sky. These space invader giant hornets attacked everyone, killing more than could stay alive, and covered the earth with giant blood honey hives. They can't fly near trees, so we hid in the woods, burning endless fires to keep them away, wearing red so they can't see and kill us all. The last time I saw Cyberfrog, he told me he'd track me down, but it's been decades, and there's been no sign of him. Yet I can't shake the feeling he is not gone. I believe he will return again. We need Cyberfrog and his brother Salamandroid to return and fight off these invaders, to take back our wrecked planet so we can live without fear. If you see my friend Cyberfrog, tell him I need him. We need him to save the world. This is Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. Join the fight.